If I would have said, who do you think the founders of the NAACP, do you think they were Republicans or Democrats? Would everybody in here know they were all Republicans?
Yes.
All right. You know more than I know. And I don't mean that to be insulting. I don't know what you know, and you don't, I'm trying to find out what the connection is.
They certainly know more than he does. Joining us now is Democratic Congresswoman Barbara Lee of California. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, good to be with you, Mark.
Senator Paul's speech comes as the National Urban League releases its State of America report. That report cites unemployment as the biggest barrier for black Americans. Rand Paul says the way you solve the problem is you reduce government and you practice austerity. You introduce a budget that would miraculously balance in 5 years and eviscerate every single program that supports people. Is that right?
African Americans, first of all, know better than that. You cannot say one thing and do something else. When you look at the Ryan budget guts every single program which provides that pathway out of poverty into the middle class. And so the African American community gets it. When you look at the State of Black America that the Urban League presented, its 37th year, and I'm so proud of them for doing this because they look back over the last 50 years. What we have seen is that there has been tremendous educational achievement and attainment, but when you look at the distance and the gap between African Americans and whites in our country as it relates to economic parity, it's about the same. And so what do we have to do? We have to invest in job creation efforts, we have to maintain the safety net, and we have to make sure that this double-digit unemployment rate begins to go down, and we do that by investing in job creation.
Okay. Well, Rand Paul tried to explain why his party could lose black voters since the Civil War. He got to a fair recitation of events up to the Depression when he said this. Take a listen to this, ma'am.
African Americans understood Republicans did champion citizenship and voting rights, but they became impatient because they wanted economic emancipation. The Democrats promised equalizing outcome. Everybody will get something through unlimited federal assistance.
The Democrats would promise equalizing outcome. Everybody will get something. Does that sound right? Does that sound familiar to you?
That's about what, the 47%
yes, I remember that.
That Romney talked about. Come on, Senator, the senator is really off. I think that when we look at what is taking place, we have to figure out ways to close these economic disparity issues, and we do that by, one, creating a jobs initiative, investing in and targeting resources in communities which have historically been unemployed. When you look at poverty rates in the African American community, 27%. We have to look at ways to reduce poverty. I chair now the Democratic Whip's Task Force on Poverty and Opportunity. The Democrats are coming up with strategies on how to reduce poverty in 10 years by cutting it in half.
Congresswoman Barbara Lee, I'm sorry we've run out of time, but thank you for joining us today.
Great to be with you.
Thank you, ma'am. And we'll be right back.